All right, today we're going to tackle a problem that honestly keeps most people away from serious investing, and that's the just sheer mountain of financial research you have to climb. We'll be walking through TradingRAG Pro, which is an AI financial assistant that's really designed to turn that mountain into something you can actually manage. So let's dive right in. For most of us, financial research feels like trying to drink from a fire hose. You're just getting buried in these endless reports, conflicting news stories, and all this super complex data. It's completely overwhelming, it's incredibly time-consuming, and it's a huge barrier for anyone who's just trying to make smart decisions with their money. So that really brings up a big question, right? Is all this complexity just part of the game, or can technology finally level the playing field for everybody? And this is the core challenge that a new wave of AI tools is trying to solve, aiming to turn that overwhelming maze into a clear, straight path forward. So how does a tool like this actually work? Well, we're going to build this thing from the ground up conceptually. First, we'll look at the vision for this AI trading assistant. Then we'll get into how it gathers and forges what we'll call smart data. After that, we'll dive into its RAG-powered brain, see how it turns all that raw data into actionable decisions, and then we'll wrap up with some hard-won lessons from the engineering trenches. Okay, so let's introduce TradingRAG Pro. The goal here isn't to build yet another app that just tells you what stocks to pick. No, it's about creating a blueprint for clarity, a tool that really acts as your own personal, on-demand financial analyst. And the mission behind it is simple, but I think really powerful: to democratize financial research. The whole point is to give anyone the power to analyze market data without needing a finance degree and without having to spend days sifting through super dense documents. So how does it actually pull this off? Well, it really comes down to three core functions. First, semantic search. You can ask it complex questions in just plain English. Something like, what are the biggest risks for NVIDIA this year? Second, you can have it analyze multiple stocks at once, comparing, say, Apple versus Tesla. And finally, and this is cool, it automatically detects key signals, pulling out the most important bullish or bearish indicators from all that noise. Of course, any AI is only as good as its data. That's a golden rule. For a tool like this to be trustworthy, it needs an absolutely solid foundation of high-quality, reliable information. This is where we get into the idea of forging smart data, because, as they say, garbage in, garbage out. So the data follows this simple three-step pipeline. It kicks off by collecting real-time info, company financials, news articles, that sort of thing, from sources like Yahoo Finance. Then it cleans all that data up, getting rid of junk while making sure to keep crucial symbols like dollar signs. Finally, it chunks the information into smaller 500-word pieces so the AI can actually process it effectively. Now, here's a really clever part of the design: how it handles data interruptions. See, financial data feeds can be pretty unreliable sometimes, so the system has a fallback. If the live data isn't available for some reason, it just pulls from a recent cache. This makes sure the tool is always stable and reliable for you, the user. And let's dive just a little deeper into that chunking step, because there's a key detail here. As the system splits documents into those 500-word pieces, it creates a 50-word overlap between each one. This is so important because it ensures that you don't accidentally cut some critical piece of context right in half. Then each little piece is tagged with metadata, like the stock ticker, which makes searching incredibly fast and precise. Okay, so we've got our data ready to go. Now we can build the AI brain. And for a financial tool, the number one biggest enemy is hallucination, where an AI just starts making stuff up. To prevent that from ever happening, this system uses a very specific architecture known as RAG. And this right here is the guiding principle for the entire system. Every single answer the AI provides must be traceable back to a real source document. This is what guarantees you're getting factual analysis, not some creative fiction the AI dreamed up. So what is this RAG thing anyway? Well, it stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. In simple terms, instead of just answering a question from its vast general knowledge, the AI first goes and retrieves relevant factual documents from our curated financial database. Only then does it generate an answer, and here's the key: it can only use the information it just found. It's basically an open book exam for the AI, and the only book it's allowed to use is pure financial data. And this workflow shows you exactly how it all happens. When you ask a question, it's first converted into a numerical format, a vector, that the computer can understand. Then the system searches its database to find the 5 data chunks with the most similar vectors. These chunks are bundled together to create a brand new context, and the AI generates an answer using only that specific information. All right, so we have our smart data, and we have a non-hallucinating AI brain. But what does all of this actually look like for the person using it? How does the system help someone make a better decision? Well, the answer it gives you isn't just a big block of text. It's a structured analysis broken down into 3 parts. First, you get the direct textual answer to your question. Second, a trading signal, which scans the text for keywords to give you a quick bullish or bearish confidence score. And third, and this is absolutely vital for trust, it gives you source citations, showing you exactly which documents the AI used to come up with its answer. The whole experience is designed to be really clean and intuitive. It's got a professional dark theme that's easy on the eyes, with interactive charts that let you actually visualize the data yourself. And your entire chat history is saved, which is great because you can always pick up your research right where you left off. Of course, building a tool like this is never just a straight line. So now we're going to look at a few of the real-world engineering hurdles that had to be overcome along the way. These are the key lessons learned from the trenches. First up, data instability. Look, free APIs like Yahoo Finance can be, well, unpredictable. The solution was that clever mock data generator we talked about. This fallback is so elegant because it makes the whole application robust and always available even if its live data sources are temporarily down. Next, a classic AI problem: context limits. Language models simply can't read an infinite amount of text at one time. So to manage this, the system strictly limits its retrieval to only the top 5 most relevant documents. This really strikes a perfect balance between giving the AI enough information to be accurate, while also staying within its operational limits. And finally, there was this surprisingly tricky filtering challenge. How do you search for documents that match 2 different criteria at the same time, like a specific stock ticker and a specific document type? A lot of standard databases don't handle this very well. The solution was to build custom logic that allows for these more complex and searches, making the whole tool so much more powerful. So after seeing how a tool like TradingRAG Pro uses smart data and a grounded AI to make complex research truly accessible, it leaves us with a pretty big question. How will transparent, fact-based AI assistants just like this one change the future of personal investing for all of us?